Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear.
Did you have a Slippy file?
Yes, I got three. Do I can just drag it into Discord, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I guess it doesn't matter which one we do, right?
I
Just
mean, whichever matchup you wanted to focus on.
okay.
We'll probably use the entire time on just the one.
All right, cool. I guess we'll do Falco Dittos.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, these were all games I played today. I just didn't want to search through old Slippy files, so I just played some earlier.
Yeah, I think generally, whatever, like you can look at pretty much any game, and even if it's like a really bad game, you're still gonna be doing the same mistakes that you do in most games, or at
Right.
least that's
Okay.
that's like my experience from like going through other people's games. Um, let's
Cool.
see. I'm just gonna screen share it over to you.
Awesome.
Okay, can you see? See my
Yep.
cursor moving?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you still in here?
Wait, yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I just heard a boop sound. I was like, what is that?
Oh, yeah, I can see it okay.
Okay, cool. So just before we get started, I'll just say like the general thing um, in Falcon is lasers are really big because the laser or the Falcon that establishes laser control, he's going to be able to dictate whether to engage in a mix-up or not.
All
So,
right, sorry, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up something to write some stuff
oh
down.
yeah, sure.
All right, go ahead.
So establishing laser control is like the first thing you want to look for in this matchup. So
Okay,
like if you need like sort of a good starting point at the beginning of games, you want to like try and get your laser out. And because once you have the laser out and you're like getting frame advantage, that allows you to dictate the mix up and you can decide whether you want to approach or you can just dash dance to see if they'll do something. So it lets you dictate the pace and you're going to just be in a lot of control that way. So
gotcha. Okay.
that's the main thing we're looking for. The other thing is edge guarding and punishes are really big in this matchup. If you're dropping punishes, especially from like shines, um, that means you're missing out on opportunities.
Right,
So
gotcha. Okay.
a lot of people like to focus on neutral and like they want to look at all the different ways they're winning or losing neutral. But if they're dropping all of their combos, then it doesn't really matter if they're winning neutral. And your opponent doesn't even have to respect your neutral game because they know you're not going to punish them hard. So they can
Right.
sort of just ignore your neutral anyway.
Yeah, that's something I definitely need to improve a lot on. Just the execution of just like the basic taco combos, not getting
Okay.
stuck in
Did you
shines.
have anything else that you know is an issue or you think may be an issue?
Um, I'm well in this game. I it was actually kind of tough to find a Falco today for whatever reason. Just I
Mm-hmm.
guess odds, but so it was just one of the first Falcos I played. But I don't know what it. I think I started off really well. I think I took like a two stock lead and then kind of. I don't know if it's a mentality thing or you can
Okay.
probably see in
I
the
mean, I
game
can
what changed.
also try to explain what was going right for you then.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I don't really know what changed, and it seemed like they either just turned it on, but you'll see.
Okay. Let me just lower the volume on this a bit and we'll get into it. And you can see still, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're the one attacking?
Yes.
Okay. So you did a good job right off the bat. You're looking for the laser. So one thing you want to do is treat every laser as if it's a mix-up. I know it's kind of weird with the go here because it's blocking you. So maybe that's why you did the stash dance. But if you knew the laser had hit, like if you could see the laser hitting or you heard it, then you should be thinking of closing this gap because you see there's a lot of room between you guys, and you have the advantage. That's why he's rolling away, or he's short hopping
Right.
back. He's not moving forward because you got the laser, and he's like on the defensive.
Right. Okay.
So you can see you sort of like gave up the stage for no reason.
Yeah, I think sometimes when the game starts, I don't know.
You just like feel it out.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. I guess I'm just moving around randomly. I guess I shouldn't, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we'll just see it if it comes up. So that looks good. This is beautiful, actually. So you do the laser into late aerial. It's unfortunate because you like slipped past him a little, but that's okay. So he rolls in, and you get a combo. So the problem here is you do the down air too late. This is
Okay.
actually... So I can explain it. One sec. So you're shining him off the ground, right? And this shine has upward momentum.
Okay.
So in order to get the combo where they're like on the ground in stun, you have to do the down air against this stun going upwards. So like what happens here is there's no longer any upward stun. So when you hit Falco downward, he flies into the ground quicker. And when he when he flies into the ground quicker, that's what makes him land like this.
I see. Yeah, there's a lot of times where that happens, and I just assume I'm missing L cancels. But,
Nope. It's not even. It's actually just like a hard counter for him. Like I don't know if he'll do it, but he could shine you here because he's like actionable right now. You see it. You
okay,
see how
I see.
fast his shield came out.
Yeah.
So he's
yeah.
like spot dodging out of habit, but he could have just shined you.
Right. Gotcha.
So if you see, we'll go back, and this is like really important because this comes up a lot. So if you had short hop dared here, so you want to like short hop and then dare immediately, and you sort of like get it as you go upwards, there would still be some latent momentum going upwards, and then when you dare him downwards, the knockback stacking makes it so he doesn't go into the ground as fast. So
And I'll hit it even when he's that high.
well, he would fall into it like right here,
Okay, I see what you mean.
but he wouldn't. So that's like another aspect of it is hitting them high above the ground too.
Gotcha.
So like
Okay.
velocity into the ground matters, but if they're so high that by the time they reach the ground they're slowed down, then that'll help too. So both of those are factors. Just generally, just do down air as early as possible. So like if you wave shine them across, and you might have had it happen there where like they go really far, so you do a later down air to like continue
Yeah.
the pillar. If you had done an earlier one, even if it feels like it's less stun, if you do the earlier one, it'll combo.
Okay. Cool.
And that's really important in this matchup because if they do that like empty land animation, you can get shined. So you just did it there. That's what that is. I call it impact landing. So you can see you get hit out of the air,
Right.
but there's not enough. You're not hit into the ground quick enough. And there's like no shine momentum pushing you upwards. So you just go into this regular land animation, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 frames later, you're actionable. So you could shine
Okay.
right now,
I see. Gotcha.
and you could see like this is devastating for Falco. So at low percents, this is actually a really good mix-up too. If you see a Falco like double jump above you, you can just short hop right below him, and then if he downers you into the ground, you shine.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a mechanic. So
Yeah, it's really important in this matchup especially, but it also works for like Fox Drill or other characters.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay. The lasers are pretty good. You seem to have the mindset of like, I want a laser before I move in, which is correct. Okay. Nice read. Okay, so there's one missed edge guard. This one's pretty tricky because he has a lot of options here. But I would just say instead of doing this stall, you should be focused on going for a ledge hop back air. Even if you can't react to this and you just read it with a ledge hop back air, it's better to do that than stall, because if he's going for ledge, you don't need the stall anyway. You could just roll up.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
I see.
there's a lot of situations in Melee where leaving yourself actionable, making sure you can do something on reaction or like at any point, is really important. So you can see like when you're on the ledge, you're actionable here. You have a lot of options. As soon as you do this, well, now you're committed to this animation for like 30, 40 frames, right?
Right.
And there's no real reason. It's almost like if you were in a street fight, like you're just boxing someone, and they like jump up in the air. That's really bad for them because now they can't move around, right? They're sort
Right,
of
okay.
committed to jumping in that arc. So it's kind of similar in Melee. And now you see you got reversaled, so now you're the one in the corner.
Right.
Nice. That was a good edge guard. The laser that you did, the short hop laser, that was really good.
Thank you.
So like after this F throw, you always want to shoot this laser to catch the double jump. You probably could have shot it a little sooner. So that would be the only adjustment I would make is when you throw them off stage like that, that's what you're looking to snipe is their double jump. So like right here, I would already be shooting so that when he goes to here, he gets hit and then he can only side beat a ledge. And then it's a free down smash.
Okay.
Okay, that's unfortunate. He just jabbed you. Oh, did you get confused there? Or do you remember? Or you may charge your power shield?
No, I actually don't ever try to power shield. I just it's too much for me to think about right now.
It's pretty high level. I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm not really sure. I remember I watched this replay over after it happened, and I remember this moment where, I'm not really sure why I took my shield off. I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I just didn't think he would have Smasher. I don't know. I guess it was.
Oh, sure. I was more confused about the part before that where you just were like standing there. So like you tech roll in. So this is a situation where because he misses this down tilt, you're actually at frame advantage, or it's really close. Let me see. Yeah. So you're at frame advantage, which means like you're actionable before him.
Yeah, so I can start the laser.
Yeah, exactly. So anytime you have frame advantage in this matchup, getting your laser out first is huge. Because you can see if you start your laser now, and then he starts his, and your laser's coming over, if he gets hit out of the air, he's in a bad situation because he can't do anything. It's sort of like what I was just talking about where like, I mean, he could double jump to avoid an approach, but he has to either double jump or he has to wait until he falls to the ground and then land.
Yeah.
So he's giving up a lot of time if he gets hit out of the air.
I think there's I mean, often it's just another execution thing where like maybe I inputted the short hop while I was still rolling, and then I just got caught up and my timings threw off, and I kind of just got overwhelmed.
Sure.
Just stuck in the animation.
Yeah, I mean, you're always gonna make mistakes, so you don't need to like dwell on them or anything.
Yeah.
I just find it helpful to like reiterate stuff. That way, even if I'm making a mistake like 20% of the time, I know that 80% I know what to do still.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you just get the laser F smashed on you. It happens. Okay, so I would come down with laser because anytime you land in this matchup, it's almost always better to laser because you're gonna have the same lag anyway. So like if you're dropping down, you might as well laser. But you do a good job. You trap him in the corner with laser control. That's what you want. And then you do another, and then I guess that's okay. I think you just have to react to him jumping here.
Okay.
And then
so like just try to call out the double jump with an aerial or something.
You don't even have to call it out if you don't feel like comfortable with it. Even just like dashing back towards center.
Okay.
So this is a pretty big concept for when you're respawning. It's important that like you want to get the hit, but you also don't want to overcommit and end up in the corner after your respawn invul runs out. That's a really common mistake people make. They like do 3 attacks, and then by the 3rd attack, their opponent's behind them. So you can see like now you're shielding in this bad situation, and he's in center stage.
Right.
When you just respawned, you had the advantage. So instead of doing 3 attacks or whatever it is, just imagine like doing 2 attacks and then backing off and saying, okay, I didn't get you this time. I'm just going to take my stage control.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was also kind of just pissed that I just got forward smashed and kind of just wanted to just a mentality thing also. Just
Okay,
get in
yeah.
there and.
Do
But
you
yeah, I
feel
see what you
like you
mean.
make a lot of decisions based on your emotions?
It really. I think generally I don't. I mean, it's something that I've worked on or tried to, but I
Hmm.
think I think today I was kind of maybe more so than usual. But yeah, I think
Okay.
generally not. But it flows, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're paying attention to when that's happening,
Yeah.
it should just like naturally happen less.
Right.
I would
Okay.
say like once you have a set strategy in situations, I think it helps to not fall for stuff like that. So like if you had already known
Right.
this concept of retaking center before your invul runs out, then it might not have happened.
Right.
So that's why
Okay.
I like having game plans and structure. It makes it
Yeah.
easier to
Absolutely.
avoid bad stuff like that. Okay, so he just F smashed you again, huh?
Yes.
So you get him with this laser. Okay, so I think it was just a bad shield here. So you, what an interesting thing about lasering in this matchup is, even though you want to be the first one to get your laser out, if it's a laser trade where you're both getting your laser out, then it's actually worse to have your laser come out first, and that's because, oh shit, let me go back. Maybe this was close actually, and you just reacted slow. So you can see you got hit already, right?
Right. Okay.
And then he hasn't been hit yet. So this should actually favor you. So it sounds worse to get hit first, but this means you're going to be out of lag before him, so you're at frame advantage. But I don't
Yeah,
think you
that
take
makes sense.
advantage of it. So you can see he acted before you, even though his laser hit you first.
Yeah, I mean, I have pretty slow reactions.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do the best I can with it, but it's kind of just sometimes tough.
For sure, it has. It's like a subtle thing too, because it's hard to like think of the game in frame advantage when you're actually just trying to fight the person.
Right.
But it's just something to think about. And like when you notice you're getting lasered in this matchup, you have to think, okay, did I try to laser when I didn't have frame advantage, or did I not take advantage when I did have frame advantage?
Oh,
So you just want to be evaluating how that's coming into play with whether you're getting hit or not.
yeah. Okay, cool. I think sometimes if I'm just getting lasered a bunch too, I'm not thinking like, well, what am I going to do out of the hit lag or like when I'm actionable again? It's kind of just like I'm freaking out because I'm getting lasered a bunch and just
Yeah,
trying to spam it faster. But
sure.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, definitely. If you can get like the 20XX CPU can be good for that, like or the Uncle Punch one where it
Mhm.
lasers you.
Okay.
You can just go into that and just practice dashing out of lasers, doing take laser into another laser, and just put it on slow so you can focus on it. And when you practice outside of the game like that, once you get put into the game, it'll be a little easier. It'll still be hard and it'll still require focus, but at least like the timing will feel a little more natural.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
So you get this, and then you just, if you get a laser right here, you can confirm this into a grab, or you can do a dash jump shine. Both of those options are really good, or you can just dash dance it. Like maybe you think he'll crouch it or power shield or something. But generally, if I land a laser like this in the Falconator, I'm looking to attack here.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you shielded, so that was the problem there, which is like understandable. You're not going to react perfectly every time,
Yeah.
but just so you know, that's what happened.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think that might have been a missed L cancel.
Yeah, I think that one was. I think those are the instances that I was kind of talking about, where if
Oh,
they're shielding
actually,
and I come in.
sorry, what were you going to say?
I was saying, it seems like when because I have the thing on Slippy that shit goes red when I miss it,
Yeah.
and it is often when they shield and I come in with a nair, and it's just when I hit the shield, it messes up my timing of when to fast fall and L cancel.
Hmm.
I've been practicing it a lot more, so hopefully
I
it
can
does feel like
tell
it's getting
you how
better.
to like make that not a factor. Okay,
Yes,
so
that'd be awesome.
yeah, so you get this laser. So the a really good timing that players rely on when they do the snare, what they'll do is okay. So I guess first you can't fast fall until you reach the peak of your jump, which
Right. Okay.
just makes sense intuitively, right?
Yeah.
You can't fast fall before you can fall. Um, so what you actually want to do, you want to start your fastfall before you hit the opponent, because then the hit lag will never mess up your fastfall. Does that make sense?
So like
Because
as soon as I reach my peak before I start coming down on the shield, I start fast falling,
right.
and
So
then
I just wanted to make sure you understood the like why it was blocking your fastfall, and it's because when you hit them during hit lag, you're not able to fastfall.
oh, okay, yeah.
So
that
like
probably explains why.
if your nair
block
came
that.
out and hit the opponent, I'll just fast forward. So right here, if you inputted a fastfall, it would not come out.
Right. Okay, and that's usually when I'm doing it if I'm not hitting.
Yeah.
Shield, so I guess that's why. Okay.
So you can do it after hit lag, which you might have done. You're really low. I don't think you did it at all here.
Right.
So if we go back, so what you want to do, you want to fast fall as soon as possible at the peak of your jump, and you want to do it before hit lag, but you also can't fast fall and then start your aerial. Like you don't, if you fast fell and then tried to nair after, your nair wouldn't come out because you're just landing too quickly.
Right. Okay.
So what you actually want to do is you want to start the nair. So this is the wrong height, but you want to start the nair. Actually, you could probably do it at this height. If you started the nair here and now you initiate the fast fall before your nair comes out and there's hit lag.
And just after the input, but before it actually comes out.
Yeah, so it'll be step 1 would be start the nair. Step 2 is input the fast fall, and then step 3 would be the nair actually comes out and hits. And that would mean
Okay.
you're already fast falling, and it'll look way safer. You'll be like, oh, I get why my aerials aren't safe sometimes, or why I miss my fast falls. So it's
Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I'll just have to grind that out too, but cool.
Yeah, sure. I can send you. It's actually there's a good DrugFox article on that I can send you that explains it in more depth.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great.
So I actually think you did L cancel here, but you just didn't shine right away. So that's
Okay.
another thing you can practice in Uncle Punch is making sure you're getting your shines out on the first frame. First or second frame is fine.
And that's in Uncle Punch. It's just the thing that tells you.
It would be the L
the
cancel
wait frame?
event mode,
Okay, and then just.
and
L
it'll tell
cancel
you
shine.
like shined frame 1 out of weight or frame 2 out of weight.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, because you could see you're squatting here. You're crouching. 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
Yeah.
in this case, I'm guessing you did the shine too early, actually.
Yeah, I
So-
think that's what happens a lot when
Yeah.
I get mess it up.
So you can just iron that out in Uncle Punch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think at this spacing, you kind of just should be reacting to the fact that he can't hit you if you do a regular get up.
Yeah, I often just it's one of those things that when
It's
I
a
get
habit.
into like I just don't regular get up a lot, but I don't think I probably did it at all this whole game,
Okay.
but yeah, just a habit.
Yeah, and then also if you're, I mean, I guess you just weren't expecting the F smash again,
Yeah.
but just because of the DI, that's why I assumed that.
Right. No, yeah, I just wasn't ready for it.
Did you jump into the laser? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another thing to watch out for.
So when I'm that far off,
Mhm.
just wait for the laser to go by and then double jump.
Yeah, you can shine stall if you want to go
Okay.
above the ledge. So like if you shine, let's see when you're actionable or when you move. So you could have shine stalled here, wait for the laser to go by, and then you like could barely make it on stage or go to ledge, and then he at least has a mix up to cover, right?
Yeah.
You're
okay.
still probably dead, but you always want to make it as difficult as possible for them.
Right, for sure. Okay.
Okay, so we see again, you don't come down with the laser, so that's like a normal thing for you, it seems.
Yeah.
Do the same laser, which traps him in the corner properly. And then you do this. So this is a situation where like while you're shooting the second laser, I think the lasers were great. but you need to be reacting to your opponent when you're doing the second laser. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so shoot the first laser, then see what they do.
Yeah, I mean,
from the first
honestly, you should be
laser.
reacting like continuously,
Yeah.
but that's really hard. So I generally point out situations where you can easily react. So like,
Yeah.
and that'll be just to start out. So you can sort of use it as a cue. Like once you you hit him with the first laser, so you know he can't attack you, right?
Right.
Because you hit him with it. So you start the second laser, totally fine. And one of the greatest parts about lasers are that they only have the 4 frames of landing lag. If you had done an aerial here, maybe you don't catch this roll. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're actionable now. And if you were reacting to him while you shot that second laser, you would have seen that he rolled and you could just run and grab him.
Right.
Just as a simple punish. And it looked like you kind of knew, like you tried to down air.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit late.
Yeah.
I realized.
You were like trying to cover the roll, but it seemed like you weren't ready to react. So
Yeah, absolutely.
if you feel like your reactions are slow, it might just be that you're not ready. Because
Yeah.
a big part of reacting quickly is expecting that option. And people underestimate that a lot. They think like, oh, a fox full hopped above me, and I can't up tilt him on reaction. It's really hard. Well, you have to kind of be watching for the full hop.
Yeah.
If you're
Right. No,
if
that
you're
makes
watching
sense.
for a running up smash in neutral and then he full hops, it's going to be really hard to react.
Yeah,
So-
that makes a lot of sense. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here you actually did the impact land again. So you got hit, and then you see you jump. This is why, as Falco, you have to be careful about doing down air. I know this is him, but you can see he down airs you because you're trying to laser. And boom, you landed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 frames, and you're actionable. I think he's
Okay.
actionable next frame too, so you would like tie, but at least you wouldn't get shined.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
can see he started crouching. So yeah, that was a chance to at least shield.
Right.
So at least like recognize you got hit out of the air at low percent, you got spiked into the ground, and then shield or shine.
Gotcha.
So it's just
Okay.
recognizing that situation.
Yeah.
And then you can see this is the opposite option where like you do a nair. He jumped into it the exact same way, but because you naired, it doesn't hit him into the ground. And now you have a chance for a follow-up. So a grab here would be really good. If you ever have Falco cornered and can F-throw him off, definitely take that opportunity.
Over like going for a shine out of the
Yeah, I mean,
there.
I think the shine was okay, but
Okay.
there was just no way you were going to get it in time.
I see. Okay.
But the idea of going for shine is fine. It just in that particular instance, it wouldn't work.
yeah. Gotcha.
And like also, if you ever have hesitation about whether you can get to them in time, you can sort of hedge your bets with the grab, because like you see he woke up with shield, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are gonna, if you hit them, and maybe you can't true combo, so you can just like go, okay, well I'll just go for a grab instead. And then
Yeah,
the other
right.
option would be just to dash dance in case they do like a spot dodge or roll, then you're ready to punish that.
Got it. Okay.
But
yeah,
but
no,
this
I-
all oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't grab enough for sure. Like I just another one of the options that I just neglect, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it feels like it's not that good with Falco, but what happens is if your opponent starts shielding a lot, they just start to add up. So I've started doing a lot more grab recently because people like to shield versus Falco.
Right.
But yeah, just keep in mind, all of this is coming from the initial moment where you're recognizing you're too slow. That's another very important concept when you're comboing people. You have to recognize if you don't have time for something and don't force it. So like a lot of people, like let's say they shine a Falco up here and they know they can't get the full hop there, but then they go for it anyway, and then the opponent double jump dares them or something, just as an example, right?
Yeah.
Like you just get counter hit. Or maybe it happens a lot versus Marth and Sheik. You shine him and you can't really get the hit up here, and then you get up aired because they just fell
Right.
down underneath you and up aired, and now you're getting comboed. And that's just a matter of recognizing when you can get the combo and when you can't.
Yeah, maybe not in this game, but if we watched anything else in the future, you'd see that a lot for sure.
Yeah,
Especially just going up after.
it's hard. You really just have to, like, one, have that awareness, and then also like be committed to just like staying on the ground in those situations. Because if let's say you shine a Marth up here and he's just floating, and you go, oh, I can't get the combo. I think a lot of people recognize they can't get the combo and then still go for it because they don't know what else to do. So if you have a game plan of like, oh, as he's coming down, I'm going to laser him and try and hit him that way, then you'll feel like you have something proactive to do. You won't feel like, oh, I just don't get anything. Oh, well, because there is a lot you can do for Marth coming down. You just have to be on the ground to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. So yeah, this is kind of what you were just saying. You don't like to grab, because this is a really good grab opportunity. The Wave Shine isn't terrible, but you can see like it gives him opportunities to like roll out. Rolling is really strong in this matchup because Falco's too slow to cover it without reading.
Right. I think I often it's not even like I don't know why, but whenever I practice shine pressure a lot and shine grab, but whenever it's a moment like this, I just try to wave shine really fast because I guess it's the easiest thing in my muscle memory without thinking, and often they just roll away.
Yeah, a lot of people fall into the habit of trying to shield pressure, but at the end of the day, you want to hit your opponent. You don't want to shield pressure them, right?
Right.
And when you think about like how they get out of the shield pressure, it's because of extended pressure sequences. So like you get this laser, beautiful. You've had a lot of good lasers, but then you want to capitalize on this. You don't want to let him get away.
Yeah.
So I mean, this wave shine isn't even that bad, but you kind of just do a second shine without thinking or reacting to what he's doing.
Right.
Because if you had wave shine through, expecting him to roll back, then you could react to the spot dodge too. You know what I'm saying? The two default options I like to go with, or that I recommend, are shine grab and then wave shine away. So shine grab obviously would just beat the shield.
Yeah.
And then the other option is wave shine back. So this does a lot of things for you. It keeps you safe from shield grab or like a dare out of shield, or whatever, like a lot of options. So like if you're playing a Sheik, it'll keep you safe from nair out of shield, which he does a lot. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it keeps center stage control. You want to stay in center stage, so that like if he rolls in, you can shine him, and if he rolls away, well now he's really far in the corner. So you have to think of like what's the best case scenario and worst case scenario for him for each option, and maintaining center control really helps with that. And then the third thing is if you do this wave shine, you can still like cover stuff like this on reaction. He could do wave dash back or like maybe a short hop back laser. So he does have some counters to that, but it's very non-committal.
Right.
So that's why I would recommend those two options, shine grab and wave shine back, and just mix those together and then try and react to what he's doing after the shield pressure.
Okay.
Does that all make sense? How they like complement each other?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I also need to, like you were saying, work on going into it saying I'm expecting them to do one of these options instead of just like my brain is saying they're just going to sit and shield until I hit them. Which is obviously not what they're going to do.
Well, I mean, even if that's what your brain says, then you should shine grab if you think they're going to stay in shield.
Right, yeah, right. Absolutely.
But I know what you mean, where you're saying, oh, I could just whittle his health down, his shield health.
Right.
I guess I'll just say, like, a big part of practicing these things is with heavy repetition. Like, you want to go into Uncle Punch and just do the wave shine back, just do it, like, for 5 to 10 minutes. And like you can do the shine grab and wave shine back and just practice mixing those up on a dummy, and it'll feel like it's kind of like too easy because you know you're just doing it, but when you go into an actual game, it'll be way more automatic, kind of like how we were talking about that before. You want to build these habits that become automatic in game, like acting out of the lasers. Same thing.
One question I have for the wave shine away, I think I've practiced that just here and there on the attack on shield thing in Uncle Punch, and I don't know if it's is there like a spacing thing you have to do, or I just be faster? Because often when I shine, they just grab before I can wave shine away.
Yeah, so it doesn't work on Marth. I don't know if you were practicing
okay.
against him.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Yeah. So Marth is pesky because his shield grab goes really far out, but
Okay.
you can actually wave shine through Marth. So if you had done this wave shine where you went through him, that
Mhm.
actually would have beat shield grab. So you can practice that one versus Marth.
Okay.
And it's the same idea, but versus Marth it's even better because now you're behind Marth, where that's his like weak point is behind him.
Okay.
But you also don't want to wave shine through Marth if it's putting you in the corner.
Right.
So be careful
Okay.
of that. And for that reason, when I shine Marth, I'm doing a lot more shine grabs because
Gotcha.
it's almost like the safest option at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how it got you. So he double jumps. So you do a laser, and remember we want to be reacting to our opponent during these lasers because this is
Yeah.
like 30 frames, half a second, where you're just chilling. So you should really be seeing that he's up here. And what do you think Falco can do when he because he already double jumped. He doesn't have a double jump. So what should you expect from him? What
An
kind of
aerial,
options?
Probably.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I would guess an aerial.
Right.
Or,
So he
okay.
can do an aerial, but you also want to like consider his drift because he could do a
Okay.
drift in aerial or he could do a drift away aerial,
Okay.
and he could also come down with laser.
right.
So those are like the main options. So for the drift, you kind of want to envision it like a cone. There's like a cone
Mhm.
of drift, and then the lower he gets, the smaller the cone gets. So like now he can only drift a little before he lands.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And that'll help you visualize whether you're outside of range of this or not, because you can see like you kind of just get inside the range.
Mhm.
Now it worked, but or wait, no, that's him. Sorry, I got mixed up.
Oh, I also got mixed up. I thought I was with you that whole time.
Okay, so
Oh.
this is you. So you
Right,
have a cone.
okay.
You have a cone of drift,
Right.
which is important to know offensively. So he's doing this laser. You're coming down on top of him, and he got too close. So
Right,
like
okay.
if you swap positions, you would want to play around this. And similarly, if you're the Falco double jumping, which you should try to limit, but if you are double jumping or you're coming down from above, you have to like visualize whether you're going to hit them or not.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Same concept.
And if you think they're going to like outspace you, then you come down with a laser. That's like the counter to that.
if they're staying outside of the zone.
Yeah, like it'll happen a lot, especially versus Marths and Cheeks, and like all the dash dance grab characters are going to like stay
Right.
outside here and try and grab your landing. So you can come down with the laser, or you can wave land. The wave land's a little
Okay.
trickier, just to like execute. So I recommend the laser to most people.
Gotcha.
But you
Yeah, I
can
think
mess around with both.
I think it's something I need to practice more is why, but I struggle with the laser timing, getting it to be at like character height coming from way above.
Yeah.
When to start it, but I'll just another
It's
thing.
definitely just hard,
Yeah.
especially versus the shorter character like Marth and Sheik. If they're like running towards you, they bend down, so it's even harder.
Right.
I don't even do that laser versus Sheik. I just go for the wave land
Okay.
or the aerial. Like that's my mix up versus Sheik because it's almost impossible to get the laser low enough. Or like even if you do get it low enough, that means your laser's not coming out until you're right here. So you could just get
Right.
hit in the air.
Right. Okay.
Okay. You can react to down throw and just tech roll away. That's generally the best option. But if you do the mistech, you can also. I guess you can't do anything before he down smashes.
So that I tech when like he throws my body like right there, or
Mhm.
where's the okay.
Yeah, just when you react, because it's
Gotcha.
actually like half a second, so it's a very easy reaction. But I think
Okay.
people, maybe what you're getting confused by is you feel like you're getting hit into the ground here, but
Right.
you're actually not yet. It's when you see the green blast. So, boom, that's when you hit the
Oh.
ground.
Right.
So there's a lot of frames where you're touching the ground, but you're not launched into it.
Right. Gotcha.
So it can be confusing. Like all this time, you still haven't hit the ground. So if you
Right,
just press
gotcha.
R here, then boom, you get it.
Okay.
Oh, nice try. Okay, so I'm guessing you don't come down with the laser this time either.
No.
Yeah. Okay, but you do this laser. So this is like the third time we've gotten this laser. Oops.
Right.
And let's see. So great spacing. This is exactly what you want in the Ditto. You want to be because you see, like, because you have laser control, he has to respect the fact that you could just aerial at him, which makes him like, oh, should I roll in? Should I jump? Should I roll away? Like, what do I do? Should I shield? So he's the one who has, like, the onus is on him to pick an action, whereas you're completely safe. You could just laser again if you wanted. And the only way he's going to hard counter that is to, like, running shine you or something. Even that probably wouldn't work here.
Okay.
So you do this laser, but you laser into the corner and you go past him.
Right.
So I would say, looking at his percent and keeping that in mind, if he's at 92, he's going to be really scared. So he's probably going to shield, or, like, if you do get the hit, you want to send him off stage. That's the ultimate goal.
Right.
Whereas the laser, like, won't really send him off. Like, let's say he dashed back into this laser. Well, then you're sort of in the same situation. Like, admittedly, you'd be closer, but he would still be on stage, and you'd have to, like, win another mix-up.
Right. Okay.
So just use percents to, like, guide your decision making in a lot of scenarios. So, like, if he were low percent, you'd be looking for a down arrow on the ground or a shine, maybe just a raw shine. And then at the higher percents, you're looking for, like, a stray nair, or maybe you turn around and start back airing him. So you have different, like, priorities depending on percent. Nice. So at least there you were F smashing. It's not the best because he's actionable. Like, if he's shielding, the F smash isn't likely to hit.
Right.
I know it feels like maybe you'll catch him out of shield, but most people are going to roll here. And yeah, he rolls.
Yeah.
Just because you can see that's, like, hard to cover. Okay, I don't mind that F tilt. That's actually a pretty good defensive option here. So you get lasered. You do a great... I know you said you weren't that comfortable with this, but you can see this is a good example of, like, what you can be doing if you get comfortable. Take laser F tilt, and that blocks him from coming in. Right. And then if he lasers again, well, now you're actionable again. So the laser actually helps you here. It's basically getting rid of your lag.
Oh,
if he hadn't lasered, then you would be in trouble, because then he could run up and hit you. So a lot of people don't think of lasers that way, but there are actually scenarios where you don't want to hit your opponent with a laser because it's canceling their lag.
Yeah, that makes
sense. So you see, now you can shield, and that's because he lasered you. So boom. I would just roll away there. So, like, don't underestimate roll away. I mean, you don't want to abuse it too much, where, like, you're rolling and then he's just chasing you with a laser. That's when it would be bad. But especially if he's crossing you up like this. And I'd also say, wait, did I get confused again? I did. I'm sorry.
I keep making. It was a shame that we were the same color, but.
Okay, so let me see. So you went for the F smash. Oh no, I think I had it right.
Oh no, yeah.
He rolled in.
That's right. Yeah, and then he.
And then, so, like, on your end, I did get mixed up a little, but it's actually good to look at it from both ends. That's why I like Dittos, is you can learn from your opponent as well as yourself, right?
Right.
So you do the laser, and then this, I guess the way to think of this is, like, this is another laser mix-up where you just committed to an option. So, like, on the left side here, you did laser into an approaching laser, and you ended up past him. And then in this one, you F smashed. And in both scenarios, if you had just, like, dash danced and waited, you would have seen that they rolled or spot dodged or whatever, and you could have punished it. Like, if you hadn't F smashed and just stood still, I mean, you should, like, dash dance, but even if you just stood still, like right here, boom, laser. Well, your laser didn't come out, but you both thought it was coming out.
Right.
So if you had just waited, you hit this roll.
Right.
Oh, I'm confused. There's too many laser shield interactions. I went back a little. Okay, so you shield here.
Right.
And then similarly, I'd say roll away. Because what he should have done is, like, wait. Or done a late aerial. He did a really early aerial.
Right.
Okay. Nice. Nice. That was space, so it was pretty safe anyway. Oh no, that sucks. Because you actually, I don't know if you saw, but you landed this laser perfectly,
Right.
but you didn't shine. So I'm wondering if you shined early again?
Yeah.
Do you do it even during lasers?
Yeah, I do it. I do it a lot.
Okay. So yeah, I would practice it with lasers and also with aerials then.
Okay.
And if you're practicing aerials, I mean, you should know the different timings of like nair and down air. They're slightly different. But just to start out with, I would just practice down air and shine, because down air is a little bit laggier than nair.
Okay.
And I'd rather have your nair shine come out a little slower than have your dare shine not come out at all. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Just until you can get good enough to discern the timings between the two. At least then you'll... Because you would be shining like 2 or 3 frames late on your nair shines, but that's usually not going to be a big problem.
Right.
Okay, and you can see he actually does the wave shine away I talked about. So he sees you shielding, he shines, wave dashes away, and now if you do anything, he can jump back in and punish you.
Right.
So you whiff a grab. I don't think he's ready because he's already jumping. But if he was just standing here waiting, he could have punished this.
Right.
So he at least gets a laser on you for it, but he could have down aired you. Okay. So yeah, this is probably the biggest theme I see in this game, is you're doing great lasers, you have excellent laser control, great spacing, but you're not reacting to how they're dealing with the lasers. So you see he's shielding, you see that you're lasering again, but you're shielding it almost out of like, it's just like a instinctual shield.
Right.
Because like you can see there was no real reason to be afraid of anything. He's getting lasered in the corner. And it's almost like you saw the roll coming towards you and you shielded instinctively. So just, I guess I would say trust your laser control more, because your laser control seems good. And then understand that like they're very likely to do, like they're not likely to roll in all the time, but whatever option they do while they're getting lasered, you can react to. Because you have that control, you have the spacing that you want, and there's generally not something they can do to immediately hit you. Like, what they could do is like shield the laser and then wave dash in and shine you. So that's one option Falco can do to beat multiple lasers in a row. But then if they start doing that, then you can start doing laser dash dance after one laser or whatever.
Right.
So you can start mixing it up, but you just really have to pay attention to what they're doing, even if it hits you.
Absolutely. Okay.
Oh, so a really good default edge guard to go for is just jump back to right here, and then shorten to the ledge. Okay. Do you do a lot of shortens?
I'm fairly comfortable, at least with the shortest distance one.
Okay, yeah, that's the only one you need to worry about.
Okay.
So, because if you jump back like here, you can actually space it pretty far away. And if you just practice this is by far the hardest recovery to cover. And like until they start grabbing the ledge or doing a run-off double jump dare here, until they start doing that, I would just do shorten almost every time.
Okay.
And that way you're not doing stuff like this where like now you're above ledge and he could up tilt or dash attack or just down air you. Like now it's risky to be up here.
Right. I think I meant to be a lot lower and then Firefox like to the ledge kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
You might have meant to like jump back a little further, which would still be good. Like you get that, but first Falco, you might get lasered anyway, like being above.
Yeah.
So definitely try out the shorten. You can just spam it versus people, and you'll realize like, oh, it's actually really hard to cover. Except for Marth, don't do it versus Marth. He'll just poke you in the eye and you die. But everyone else, it's actually pretty good. Maybe Sheik if she's needling a lot. But
Yeah.
even versus Sheiks, they'll just stand here and down smash the ledge, and the shorten's safe from that, because you'll grab it from like this far away with when you
Okay.
shorten. Okay, so this was great. You got lasered and just said, I'm just going to laser again. So you can see he had the advantage. Like he's actionable first, and you're in the air. This is why getting hit out of the air is bad. He could have lasered again, but he didn't. He just sort of crouched. So, but at least like understand that's why getting lasered out of the air is so bad. Is you're giving them tons of time to do whatever they want. So you reestablish control, approaching laser because you saw him retreat. That's great, and you've got this great spacing again. This spacing is good because you're within shuffle distance. If he doesn't retreat, and boom, you hit the shuffle and you hit the shine. Okay, so whenever you hit shines, if you can hit confirm, which I feel like you should since you hit the nair.
Right.
So you hit the nair, you can reasonably assume the shine is hitting.
Right.
And whenever you shine someone, you almost always want to wave shine towards the side they're on. So you can see he's on the right side. You want to wave shine right here.
Right. Yeah, I think, and I mean I know that, but I think in this like situation, I was just like full, just I don't know, just pressing buttons at this point. Like,
Gotcha.
I got to shine, got to jump, got to hit him, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you could see like even after the double jump, you could have like double jumped to the left side, like drifted left, and then done like a soft aerial to hit him back towards the right. Or you could. I mean, 42 isn't that high of a percent, but at the very least, you could just strong back air him and go for an edge guard. I mean, the down air in tech chase isn't that bad either, but you can see like it's hard at that point to get the tech chase, because now you're just saying, oh, I hope I hard read you.
Right.
Okay. Whenever you see Falco's jumping, it's generally better to, instead of contesting it directly, like if they're at 150% and you're at 0, I'd say go ahead and contest it directly. But you're at 93 and he's at 54.
Yeah.
So if this is a trade situation, it's not likely to be in your favor. So I'd rather you back off and do like a laser. I call them laser nets, where you shoot a laser that they like land right on top of.
Okay.
And that'll put you in that situation I talked about earlier, where they're getting lasered out of the air. And then you can attack them as they land. You can run up, grab. You can jump shine them. Like laser into dash jump shine is really good. You have a lot of different punishes you can do if you confirm that laser. Because like the laser lets you react is the big thing. And it said you can see like you tried to up tilt.
Yeah.
And it was a bad. It wasn't like the best times up tilt, but even if you time it correctly, it's probably trading anyway.
Right.
So like it looked like you more expected a grounded approach almost. Yeah. So you tried to do it again.
Yeah.
Boom. So you didn't shorten that one, but you can see how safe it is.
Yeah.
Like, for him to cover this, what does he have to do? He has to give up on all your high recoveries, like high side B, high up B up here. He can't like laser. He can't jump out and like attack up here. He has to like grab ledge or run off double jump dare. That's all he can do. And even run off double jump dare, it's really hard to hit the shorten. Like, it's hard to time that, but you don't shorten here. So you can see this is scarier. He could down air you here. Your hair is poking out. Oh, you only shot one laser.
I know.
I guess you realized it was a bad option.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
I watched the end of this and I just, that was just, it was just stupid.
Well, I just meant like when you were doing it, a lot of people do the single laser and then they stop because they're like, wait, I shouldn't have double lasered.
Right.
Because you didn't shoot a second one.
In the moment, right. I don't think it happened like that. I think I just might have not.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I could have just realized, oh shit, I'm getting F smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think often I do them too high. It seems like I do them too high when they're covering it from the like a lower spot, but when they're like on a platform or something, I'll do them too low and whatever. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you have any other questions about that game? I know we went over a ton of stuff. and was
Yeah.
kind of all over. I tried to focus on the most important situations.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't necessarily think I have any questions right now. I've got a
Okay.
bunch of notes, but I think, yeah, I see for sure just how many situations where, like you were saying, I had laser control and I just didn't think to even look like, hey, what are they doing now that
Hmm.
I have this advantage state?
It'll take
But
some
yeah,
time, but you'll
yeah,
get there.
nice. Okay.
Sort of like, so the laser one is weird because you have to play against a human to do that.
Right.
So if you're like going into a match, I like to practice these things against opponents that are worse. So if you
Okay.
find like you're destroying someone pretty hard, or like they're not giving you too much trouble, that's a good
Mhm.
chance to practice the laser and then so just laser and then dash dance and literally just look at what they do. So don't even
Okay.
be worried about getting hit. Like if they hit you, that's great. Just be aware of them hitting you. You actually have to like stop caring about getting hit while you're practicing,
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
and then
I
that
think,
that'll like raise your awareness level so that you're paying attention to it automatically.
gotcha. Yeah, I think I often will go into like playing friendlies, like, okay, I'm going to focus on this, and this is like mostly just for practice. And then I
Hmm.
like get into like, I got to win by any means. And then,
Yeah,
but,
so I
um,
think a good way around that is to pretend it's like a best of five set. Like if you know you're going to be playing them for a while,
right.
pretend it's a best of three or a best of five. Um, so like try super hard the first like few games, and if you win, so when someone gets to 2 or 3 games and the set, the quote unquote set is over,
Right.
then you say, okay, now I want to experiment.
Right.
So
Okay.
that lets you get the like competition
Right.
aspect because that's important, but it also
Yeah.
lets you experiment and try new things.
Very cool. Yeah. That's super helpful. And I'm just thinking because we ran so far over time, I don't want to
Oh
keep
no,
you
you're good.
super far. But yeah, it's just a lot to think about. And I think generally, I've got a lot of stuff to work on, so I really appreciate that.
Awesome. If you have any questions about anything we went over, like you need some clarification, do not hesitate to let me know. I want to make sure, like, because we go over so many things and the concepts are like probably pretty foreign to you,
Right.
I want to make sure you understand. And like, I don't want you like going away and being like, I didn't really understand the frame advantage discussion.
Y-
Oh well,
Right.
like no, just let me know and I'll try and explain it a different way.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that. And going forward, I mean, like I said, my financial situation is a bit tough, but I would like to like continue with lessons at some pace, but I just do that all on Medify still.
Yeah, so
That's just
you can book multiple lessons at at
okay.
a discounted rate for the 90-minute version.
Oh, okay.
Um, so it like long term, that's going to be better bang for your buck.
Right. Okay.
Um, but you'd have to put more up front. So that's like the
I
trade
gotcha.
off.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. That's a good idea. But yeah, cool.
yeah. So and then there's also discounts every once in a while. So you can use S code SWT. I'll just type it so you can reference it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, you can use that and get at least a little discount. I don't know how long it's running, but I'm guessing till like the tour ends.
Cool. All right. Very nice. I appreciate that. And yeah, thank you so much for the lesson. It was incredibly helpful,
Yeah,
and
man.
I really appreciate it.
Let me know how it goes.
I will. I will. Very cool.
All right.